600k. You don't get last place, you go from K to
OG's turn
big
to
jump. That's
battle.
literally $100,000 a person to not get last place. And good payout, very good for them. So happy for
Undying's
Undying
turn
doing so
to
well so
battle.
far, but we'll win this series. Play and thanks and the lack of
OG's
mistakes.
turn to ban.
So that's how you play the
chat
game.
wheels.
Yes, the chat wheels. That is also a strategy. OG earlier when they were playing against EG, attempting to use Dub's voice against our TZ.
我不理解。
Shame.
I gotta see who that one is.
Shame.
So both teams, of course.
Of course. Of course.
We're
10
outgating the
seconds
OG voice
remaining.
line.
按钮。
Battle being
5
dealt
seconds
in chat
remaining.
as well as in the draft. Lena banned in the first phase. It's a Brile hero, classically strong hero. I just saw a stat as well that the highest average kills behind Sumail.
Undying's
NA
turn
boys.
to battle.
Someone's numbers are gonna change. Someone's got to win, you know. I guess they could both like slaughter the enemy. Good for Undying.
OG's turn to pick.
Possible. Yeah. OG everyone is very, very familiar with. But, you know, a lot of people might not be quite as in the know.
They're really good.
Undying.
They just keep winning TIs.
Is that all you're gonna say?
Undying's
Yeah,
turn to
they
pick.
suck during the year or
Okay.
disappoint, and they just
I'm really
crush
worried
TIs.
about you.
And this could be the third one. You just never know.
I mean, they are in their TI form for sure.
你这么菜的队，你这么菜的队
Slightly
友不
different
生
roster
气
than
吧，
last
哥
time they
哥
won？ TI, but still a lot of the core players. They've got Sumail. Sumail was the player that joined them after they did
10
amazing
seconds
TI 8.
remaining.
Do I have that right, or was it? It was after TI 9 after
5
they won their second
seconds
TI.
remaining.
Did you
It was-
work the TI?
I can't remember. It all blends together. It's been a long COVID season, but Sumail basically joined them. It didn't go so well. He was kind of teamless for a long time, and then right at the end they brought him back. They qualified, and now they're crushing. I know way more about OG than, but it's fine.
Yeah, so Undying, you know, they have it's a mix of like younger and veterans. Got yourself Tomato. He's one of the first, not one of the first SA players to kind of get picked up. More of an intro, very, very young. I think he was 17 when he. And had some issues just because, again, young player, lacked some of the discipline, would be a little bit too focused on farming half the time, or he'd go in for dives. You've got Brile, who was very young as well. I believe Saberlight is also on the younger end, but then you also have Moon Meander and, of course, are more of the veterans, been around for quite a while. Moon Meander, of course, is stable in the North American Dota scene. So, yeah, it's a stack that's a mix of young and old that are just trying to prove that NA Dota is
10
still alive and
seconds
kicking.
Yep.
Please, God.
And Moon Meander, a forming player of
5
OG back when they were
seconds remaining.
when they business and the G. He was on that team, major with them, a couple major. Eventually got kicked. Always
A
been a
grudge
very good player.
match. You love to see it.
Years in the making. No, I mean, the OG brand is massively like Moon Meander was there, but as was Miracle. But Miracle has, they're like the original OG,
Right.
but it's been
The OGs.
First picks though. Elder Titan was the opener for OG. It definitely seems like that's the hero that makes it
Undying's
through.
turn
First
to
phase,
battle.
somebody's picking him because he fits in almost all lineups. Undying responds with Weaver Earthshaker. The great dual lane.
OG's
He can carry
turn
Weaver, gives
to
them lots of
battle.
flexibility. And OG will again go for the IO. They played it last match. They ended up putting Tree, no, Zayflin, I can't remember exactly, but they had a lot of heal bots. Ended up losing that one.
10 seconds remaining.
We're already getting a slightly different.
5
Earthshaker just
seconds
super,
remaining.
super popular. I believe, I'm wondering now, what do you think? Is Elder Titan or...
For me, for the games I've seen, my guess is Earth. I think Snapfire's probably still up there for over stats, but I remember more Earth. But I think that's also because it's just so much flat.
Undying's
Always remember the
turn
big
to
team
battle.
fight ultimates. He's always there in the mega crucial. With the exception of maybe DY's Elder. That one was like so many big moments. Or maybe someone Sox that played it as quick. But yeah, that's my guess. Those two for In terms of the
10
other bans,
seconds
Morphling
remaining.
gets banned out by OG. Very burst heavy hero, hard to lock down.
5
So
seconds
it kind
remaining.
of punishes the IO lineups in a lot of ways. He can be trouble also.
No, I'm actually thinking about the fact that Tomato.
OG's turn
Yes,
to
those
ban.
all make sense as well.
Night Stalker ban as well, the guy that's going to be able to spot out the enemy squad. Sounds very good at diving the IO, preventing relocate, things like
10
there.
seconds
They
remaining.
ban out a they basically have salutes against
5
Void. IO is
seconds
arguably
remaining.
the greatest save against locate. So if they are countered, if they have it, it's better to not also like. And it's very good against Weaver. I feel like every Weaver game saw just about the enemy team almost. They're like, hell yeah, Chronosphere against Weaver. It's gonna make things so.
Curious to see where they're going to run this style, which we've or if we're going to
Undying's
most likely
turn
that's
to
going to-
ban.
Yeah, I was doubting about the 5 Weaver a bit early, but then FNG played a 1 game and it's like it's the same thing. Heavily harass your opponent, and he did hit creeps a lot more that game because he'd farm. So it wasn't exactly a 5,
10
I suppose,
seconds
but
remaining.
it can work. You just kind of roll shift and you start pretty much off in the same
5 seconds
fashion.
remaining.
Yeah, it just gives you the ability to like farm places on the map. Are way too dangerous. And if it was a carry, yeah, sure, they commit like 2 or 3 heroes, kill that guy, and they're like, this is worth it. But if it's like a 5 or like a 4.5, okay, it costs us a lot of stunts to do that, and really isn't efficient enough. Yeah, that's another reason probably been banned. It does change the game, what you can get away.
It's very similar in the sense. I'm surprised that we have not seen the Vengeful Spirit at all, just because the change with the Aghanim set makes it spend so much time and resource trying to chase after after death. It has all of it's basically like an Aegis, a viable Aegis.
The problem is that his ability to run away after that respawn is just
Undying's
they drop
turn
the
to
movement
pick.
by like 8 or 9%.
OG's turn to
like
pick.
that, I think. So it's just too hard to get away. And another beefy boy gets picked. Sound about right.
It's likely to be Weaver. Trying.
OG's turn to pick.
Legion
I was
Commander.
wondering if you're gonna see this. So this has been really cool. We've seen this on and off.
Shame.
We can move it around, but recently we've seen a lot of the Legion Commander being played in the 5. You know, Kale's been playing it. We also did see it once being played. Shout out to SA. That is an SA Dota thing.
10 seconds remaining.
With the banning of the Ancient Apparition,
5 seconds
we've got a lot of
remaining.
possibilities. IO. You'd also see Seb run it though.
OG's turn to ban.
Yeah, they can be really
Templar Assassin.
Ryle TA.
Yep, great reaction to Invoker. Thompson Invoker was famous originally. I remember I watched a replay because someone was talking about it. Boss Wex and that was him back in the day. He was the
That's
which
such
makes
a
sense,
Thompson
right?
thing
Like
to do.
he would time it. That was
10
when there was like that
seconds
tornado lift duration talent.
Yeah.
I watched the replay and I was like, okay, I see
5
what he's doing. But it's like it's still
remaining.
hard because like every time you get Wex, the time by like 0.3 seconds or something. So it's goofy. Very Thompson thing. Very experienced Invoker, clearly. It's not his first rodeo on this guy. A little rough against the TA, of course, but we love some better solutions. Right now, their damage over time is a bit weak, but they can set up with Elder Titan Stomp.
They also have a 9th up here. Have the Invoke, having the Sun.
Yep.
Secure bonus damage for nice, getting the Acrity as well. Lots of things that kind of fit together over on
Undying's
the
turn to ban.
draft. Undying, we've got pretty meta stuff, and we've got a mix of comfort picks. A whole heck of a lot of TA. At least I haven't.
Yeah, we've seen a couple, like 1 or 2, I feel like. But it fell off a little bit. I guess the Psyblade nerf
10 seconds
Little bit.
remaining.
relevant. You can't just get these like infinite.
5
The
seconds
damage just
remaining.
drops off. Still very effective
OG's
though.
turn
Just
to
not
ban.
quite as abusive. Better. But if it beats Invoker, if you're gonna be able to decently, should be able to punish Elder Titan backlines as well. Easy to out mobility him, so Stomped is unlikely.
10 seconds
You're gonna be able
remaining.
to push IO effectively. Like, there's just a lot of supports that OG's gonna.
5 seconds remaining.
Last bans though, we get a Necrophos, Lark on the Undying side. Worried about those carries that pressure Earthshaker well.
Undying's turn to ban.
Darkseer, Iron Shell plus Weaver would have been nice. If they put Darkseer there, it's probably like Iron Shell plus
Well, that exactly
Earthshaker.
fits. I guess, unless you're running the Earthshaker.
They're expecting full,
10 seconds
5.
remaining.
so that's why they're banned. Necrophos certainly would have worked
5
pretty well.
seconds
To be able to
remaining.
get him low, get the kill potentially. Get Io to half, kill that guy first. Just block it in.
Mech it.
Like I was
Lockmet?
about to say a bad
OG's
word.
turn
Except
to
The
pick.
Lockmet.
Undying's
Mecha-
turn to pick.
Mechalock is the...
Luna.
I don't know. We're going slightly crazy over here. Luna,
I'm
though,
really
picked up
worried
now for
about-
the side of OG. Got many ways to make this Luna just hit very, very quick.
Yeah.
Steroid, of course. And then, I mean, it's really just, it feels like a 4 protect
10 seconds
sense. Like,
remaining.
it's
Yeah.
putting all your buffs over on this Luna.
Very good at
Makes-
hitting
5
buildings.
seconds remaining.
Lots of save. Shard, Earthshaker, set up for some kills, that kind of. I like it. With that said, Undying's lane quite effective. Be able to pressure pretty hard. Like, obviously they can run you. So you gotta be slightly careful, but
You talking to me?
maybe they do eat.
Choose your hero.
But Spectre is gonna leave their lineup feel a little bit farm, but I think we saw Blur pairing. I think we did see Spec TA. It kind of felt good because once they did actually get into it, Spectre having X and TA moving around the map, it just the pressure felt so overwhelming. It's actually gonna be the Legion fight quite a bit already during, so that's gonna be set up here.
Nio did quite impressive thing. They did not win.
They did not.
Right? But they definitely made it a huge news. The fact that he was quite so much. It, 4 protect 1.
Even in the laning stage, IO plus Elder Titan. Here, they keep pairing the IO. It's like really strong right clickers. Attack speed on Elder Titan. Damage bonus. More movement speed. He's gonna get more hits in. With his aura, he's gonna reduce Spectre's base armor, and they're gonna out-trade them. Only downside is that Ogre himself, very tanky, so he kind of provides some of that tankiness. He's the guy that wants to get dead, so that Spectre isn't. But once again, I like the IO pairing that OG has for the laning stage in the EG series. They really put a lot of harass to RTZ Ursa and made his lane hard, and that was part of the reason big advantage. They eventually dropped it due to nice fights and play. But if it's anything like that other game, we're going to see Seb and Soxa crush. I don't know if Spectre's going to be able to catch up as. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Slightly related, but look at this ogre. I always feel so bad for the bird thing that right. Clearly looks like it's in pain.
Full distress. Its eyeballs
It's
are
very distressed.
bugging out a little bit, yeah.
It's extremely distressed, and it's like dropping eggs everywhere too. Like it just, I don't know. I'm worried about it.
Stay together, stay
I'm
together,
not sure
stay
if
together.
that's a smart
We're
move.
in good spirits
take
though.
it.
All the voice lines are getting used.
You talking to me?
There's gonna be a lot of these.
There's gonna be a lot of these, but they're the initial voice line vomiting is just happening right now, as many of the usual games. Meander just zipping on through here with the Shikuchi. Zoxa is just gonna do damage here. Lose the team.
Yeah, gives them the damage.
The fissure though. Ooh, Seb does have tether. I mean, less than half health though.
Yeah, that's why they do IO first, in case he gets blocked off like that against the fish. The division collection.
30 seconds to battle.
Invasion still coming out from OG. They're really just trying to do their monkey business, as they sometimes say. Taking down the ward.
This is like by far the most aggression that we've seen pre-bounty runes.
Like I said, monkey
这么
business.
菜的队友，你这么菜的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
Such a BM line, you know this line?
Is it?
Yeah, it's like basically like
The battle
your
begins.
team must be really mad that you're so bad, basically.
That's that one.
Dota 2 is a
I've
fun
seen someone describe it as like if you the best one. End up Luna plus Legion Commander. Commander, beat armor, especially with this protection. Trade hits with open odds and the high. He's at 330 movement speed hero. This kind of makes sense that justifying, or as a 5 position hero.
Already staking their claim in the bottom lane with all their signs. Ryle playing up against Thompson.
Clearly not.
Sure, these two have played quite a few pub matches against each other since their boot camp. Come out on.
So both of them just beating each other up all the time.
About what we expected from this night.
Denied.
Only got so much damage advantage. Thompson buys this many stats. Plus 8 int, and he's got a fairy flare, so he's actually pretty competitive. Very aggressive.
Got a casual tornado.
Back on the other side of the map, Sock plus Seb just constantly pumping. Lotto's at about half HP time.
I mean, there's only so much that Dubu can do about this, right? Like, this is a very aggressive lane. He can maybe, you know, he doesn't even have, like, any mana either.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. Ogre does kind of burn through Ignite mana pretty quick. And the other issue is that they're not really casting many spells on the OG side. It's like once in a while he casts a natural Astral Spirit. Like 2 or 3 spells per go. He's just going to come in and slap you with his ultra high movement speed. Because they got boots first on Soxus, so now they're just like, every time like Spectre comes up and gets the last hit, he's getting right click like 3 times.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a creep wave. He's
Look at it.
Oh my god. But they're justifying it, right?
Yes, they absolutely
Eat
are.
a tango to Seb, Seb will eat the tango, and now it's just regen back on Soxus, so an extra 100, 200 damage, they're worth it, because they're going to get the regen back.
Win together, slay together, slay together, slay together.
Stack small camp as well. Sox is down for that. On the other side of the map, no tail pressure though.
A little bit here. Gonna have to go back. Does have a salve though, so he'll pop. I feel like the trading between the two is pretty good considering, but Moon is being very, very efficient. Like I said, he's getting an on-smell. Yeah. Aren't there? That's that. I like that Seb is decorated for Halloween.
Yeah, that's right, all the spook. Valve really planned that one.
Yeah.
That's why they delayed TI guys, but it's for
Excellent. Wonderful. Valve appreciate it.
来呀来呀，来打我呀！
你这么菜的队友不会生气吧，哥
Water
哥？
rune not good enough.
bro. I'm Goku.
Doesn't need it. Raul's doing 13-3, basically even. Thompson does have 6 more denieds, actually. One of the good things about Thompson is, like, even if he has...
Yeah. Saber life. Get that first.
So even if Thompson gets these bad lane matchups, he's still good to go. He's like, he experiences it, right? Like, OG classically picks heroes that don't necessarily win his lane. It's like, well, we need Thompson to play X hero, even if it's bad. So he just is gonna have more experience playing these bad matchups.
So it begins. Seb gets his first kill in that top lane. Like, very carefully, Fissure landing again over onto No Tail.
Just got back in, sorry, half health. Oh, there's the regen, though. Sorry.
Not a salve for his...
Yeah.
Radiant
Dota 2
structures
anime,
are
Dragon's
fortified.
Blood. Slayer of Elves. Big fan of
你
war
这么
crimes,
菜，
that
你这么
one.
菜的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
Doing what she was told. following orders.
That's what war crimes are, Purge. Doing what you're told
that is a
in
good
a war.
It's an easy way to
Lose
work.
together, win together, slay together, slay together, slay
This is
together.
just so difficult for D'Amato up here to do much of anything. Every time that he tries to go anywhere near this creep wave, he's just immediately punched in the face by Saksa, and then Seb's just throwing out more. Bottom lane, too. The Mal finding the kill on Saberlight. We are just all over the place. My word.
I mean, they have great. It's a pretty cool dual lane. They're both pretty good at right-clicking. They've got bonus 15 damage. No Tail's got 2 points in his overwhelming odds, which is classically a strong nuke. It's just like for a core, you end up. It feels a little bit rough to level it up sometimes over your press the attack skill, but as a support, it makes perfect sense. Most of the time, he's standing around anyways, so he can just hold it until he needs to nuke 2 heroes.
D'Amato doing the best that he can currently. 22-0. No denies are being able to add, but
He's got more last hits than I expected to. But a lot of this is just like pumping regen into him to offset all the harass.
Opson. Top lane. So difficult to play against.
Yep. All the money they spend goes towards like these efficient regen items. They don't have to worry about buying the wrong.
Sure, no tails, trying to cut off the bug.
lấy tảo rồi nha.
Lose together,
Keep
win
going
together,
after
slay
Tamara. I want to know
together,
how much
slay
they've spent
together,
on
slay
regen in
together.
this top lane.
Maybe he's offsetting what OG spent. They'll sapped himself again down here in the bot lanes. But it's important. You got to keep Sumail ahead. Sumail even skips being a little bit atypical. The lane is so active, like he does need.
这么菜的，这么菜的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
Well, there we go. There's some crowd noises. Moon Meander poking back and forth. This Weaver is just so annoying to have to try to play with. Once they follow up with the fissure, they need to get a little bit more damage here over onto No Tail. Can I get it in time? Yes, they can.
That's really well done by Moon. He was playing near the neutral creep camp. It looked like he was going to run that way, but he pivoted to the left just a moment. No Tail whiffs his overwhelming odds, and that's why he pinged, because he's like, we can get a kill now. Fissure comes out, he's able to pick up that one. So really nicely done by Moon. He's going to have to run back to base to heal, or run to some regen, but yeah, he can get his urn, go heal, and TP back to lane. Good play so far by Moon.
I feel like Moon Meander really shines on these types of heroes that can
Outplay.
outplay, yeah, for sure. Or just get any sort of information, like the Monkey King especially come to mind, his Clockwork. These are the kind of heroes that are able to poke and prod, they dance and they dance out, but they also just get so much information whenever they do. And well, here they're trying to harass, and they're poking away here at Seb. Oh, look at the damage from Saksa. Oh my god!
It's done from Dubu, buy some time.
Moon Meander going right back in again, though. He really wants this.
Dire's
Doesn't
middle
quite have
tower
enough
is
damage,
under
but
attack.
good
Thinking about it.
god.
Those punches were quite beefy
这
there.
么菜的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
Saberlight running away in this bottom lane. Took a lot of damage, but they don't have the final Lucid beam to go and close that gap.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Still flying
attack.
for him though. I feel like this is one of the few times that Weaver rotation hasn't succeeded, but the fact that OG ran at the exact same time probably anticipated the retreat. He was low HP. They're like, he's gonna do a side gank. That might be in trouble
Lose
this time
together,
though.
win together, slay together,
Bugs come
slay
out. They
together,
ping
slay
because
together.
Moon did drop a spray. But they will respect the spirit. They'll back off.
lấy tảo rồi nha.
A lot of rotations heading toward the top. Something they're gonna chain.
Nice rotation here. No Tail snapping up that Viz, and Tomato's just getting punched to death.
Oh my.
Gander, he wants Seb. He can't do it fast enough.
Tough. Only level 2 scoop runs too long here.
Who is in the vicinity though? Knocks a punching. We've got a reload coming in hot.
Saves him again.
Comes right back in. Seb gonna be able to use some of that spirit damage plus that sentry ward, doing quite a bit to help out. Question is, do they take him out or do they stay? They take him out with you this time.
Yeah. He was ready to go, saving his spells for in case he needs it. So far, so good. Moon's pressuring really aggressively. It looked a little bit like he overstayed for Island trouble though. Or is it
Is he in
No Tail?
trouble? I think No Tail's the one who's in trouble because Saberlight makes his own rotation. Fissure comes in, stands up No Tail, making so much space though.
Shame.
Ryle sitting a bit low. fraction up, and they're just chasing after Nota. Again, he's a position 5. One more hit, he'll be Brian who cleans it up.
Eventually gets him, but hey, he's halfway towards the base. He blocks the ancient. How long it takes to deal with that? But yeah, Moon's been doing a great job so far. The rotations were a little bit slow to be successful, but eventually he gets the kill. And is successful top with them. But Tomato dying immediately afterwards, that one hurt.
Do you see the player profile of Tomato?
I did not.
It's beautiful hair right now.
I've
We need
seen him in
Jenkins to
person.
talk to Tomato and find out what conditioner that he's using, because
Good idea.
Jenkins' hair has been breaking the green screen.
Breaks a lot of things.
Yeah, but like this one is
Hits itself. That makes sense. Another rotation top.
another rotation top. Moon Meander wants Sab very badly here. He's tethered away to the creep. Have that urn charge will turn their attention now over to Soxa. Go drop the Earth Splitter. Undying will back away. Seb's still here. So try to get a little bit of damage off. Needs to be careful he doesn't be too greedy as he does throw out the Ignite. Got the Holy Locket online though already.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, they're doing
is
a great
under
job
attack.
pressuring, but keeping their HP
Dire's
low, which makes it hard for them to be
structures are
aggressive. But the amount of heroes they've had to put in this lane is kind of incredible, and this is why they're suffering in net worth a little bit. Because they're putting all this pressure in just to like give the Spectral space when it comes.
Gonna be a kill for No
Dire's bottom
Tail.
tower.
100% win rate right now. Oh, the Echo Slam over from Saberlight, but where's the rest of the team? Okay, Nubo's jumping in, not really the person that you're expecting. They do manage to take down Saberlight. They'll take down Soxa. There's the Haunt coming out.
Not bad. There's the damage follow-up. It's anywhere, whenever it needs to be. Jumps back in and buys some time. So they're basically creating all this space for Spectre, kind of, but it's more like they're forcing OG out of the lane is what they're doing. Not really creating space. It's like making Spectre's life a little bit easier. And in the meantime, what's happening is Luna is mega free farm, and TA is jungling too, but it's leading to this gold advantage for OG.
I'm not scared, bro.
All this pressure they've put, all making them run around the map, it's all been really effective so far.
Problem when the IO is scaring away the Earthshaker.
It's a little scary. Saberlight can't get that close anyways. He doesn't have his Echo Slam just yet.
Soxa is standing nearby. Moon Meander that wants to get a couple more hits off. Nice fissure. But Seb immediately popping that Holy Locket will turn around over onto Moon Meander. Moon Meander does not have that 6 yet. That's just the big old
Radiant's
punches from
courier has been
Soxa.
killed.
My God.
The hidden
Plus
ones.
2
He's even going for this guy. He wants Saberlight. Going right underneath the tower. Bottom lane, they go in for another duel. Don't quite manage to get the victory. Bryo will get the kill before eventually falling to Smail.
Die, mongrel.
No Tail is very happy about that one. Space created for Sumail once again. He's going to head to the jungle with Ayasha, and he's just still been hanging out on his lane. He's got 3 kills now. It is not normal for your carry to be able to stick around this much.
Definitely not. Immediate stun coming out from Dubu,
Radiant's
followed
middle
up with the
tower is
sleep
under
though.
attack.
Soxa in the vicinity.
Dire's
Levander throwing
bottom
out
tower
bugs
is under attack.
and checking their eyes on Seb. Look, this is a very fast Tomato going right on Soxa. Beautiful tornado coming out. Oh, out the Earth Splitter, turning around over onto
Dire's
Tomato. This is not
bottom
looking good. They need
tower
one more
is
hit. They find him over in the tree. Saberlight now is the next one. Small Thomas has got himself a double kill.
Dire's bottom tower
Sox still
is
looking for
under
anyone that
attack.
he can step on, anyone he can get that sleep going. Not going to be able to quite grab over here, but he does have eyes on Dubu, dropping down that ward, making
Radiant's
sure that he
top
can't
tower
try to
is
disappear
under
at
attack.
all, or that Moon Meander coming in to save him. Dubu taking just punches like a champ, but eventually that's just gonna.
Is that taunt? I think that's a taunt. No-Tail could have dueled that guy. I'm not quite sure why he didn't, but
I don't know, but Moon Meander now has no more mana. It's just
Oh.
gonna be, right into 2 mils. That's the delivery.
I'm not sure that was a smart move, but I take it.
that was not good. He doesn't have his TP available either.
There's gonna be a relocate. Echo Slam comes out from Saberlight. No, can they turn this back around? Can they get the kill on No Tail? Bryle is here. He's gonna be able to get the kill on Seth. No Tail left behind. Bryle gets himself a double kill. Soxa running now. Dubu does have the flame pits. Gets turned right back around. Needs a little bit more. Fissure comes through. It's a triple kill for
Dire's
Bryle.
structures are fortified. The
You know
temple
what?
decreed your death.
That's a
Radiant's
great way
bottom
to tilt your
tower is under
opponents.
attack.
Pretend like you're tilted, then they're going to get way over aggressive, and boom, you get a triple kill on Bryle. That feels great. That's halfway to his
Mind
SO now.
games, baby.
Gets to slow him down in the mid lane. Ignites fly out. That's a huge
Radiant's
amount of
top
damage
tower
being
is
dealt
under
right there.
attack.
Now going right back in again. Then looking to the side, uses the laser beam over onto Dubu. Dubu has to be careful, taking a lot of damage. One more hit. Another kill for Sumail. This tower's going down. Good man is going to
Dire's
back
middle
off.
tower has fallen.
Seb. Little wave wants a high five.
He's gonna have to heal. Harass, too much mana drain, and G's still putting their force on the map. 5k gold advantage. Sumail's net
Dire's
worth
middle
very
tower
reminiscent
is
of the
under
other
attack.
Lunas we so far. Last game it was Ame.
Dire's
2 games ago, that
structures
is.
are
Last game.
fortified.
I don't know what year is it. I don't know anymore.
Oh, Purge. Old man Purge.
But
Doesn't know where he is. Doesn't know
Sumail's
what
been
day it
able
is.
to pick up the last 2 points. There's 2 points of the clip. So he is super ready to fight.
Guys, I know that we have Sumi on the broadcast, but this is feeling like games done quick at the rate that we're going today. We've had like, what, a 21-minute game? We have an 18-minute game. OG is just running out Undying now. We're about not to get any quarter. No tail, turning right back around. Turkson following up with the tornado with the beautifully done. The Eclipse into the splitter. To get even more dual damage, they're forcing Undying to just run away into their base.
Radiant's top
Doxa,
tower is under
the
attack.
big, scary dude. He's already got the Aghanim Scepter queued up.
Dire's
He's
middle
just been
tower
so
is under
wealthy.
attack. Radiant's bottom
Comes
tower
out
is under
again, no
attack.
tail to follow. That's a very dead Saberlight.
They're coordinating so well here.
Dire's middle tower
They just
has
sit no tail
fallen.
in the front. He gets gone on a bit, gets one press the attack off, which is already going to be pretty great. It's going to stop probably like an ignite, maybe something else. And then they just turn and duel. Get great tornado from tops and covers them. They're just playing around each other so well.
The synergy is on point today.
It wins in the laning stage with the Legion, then they get to this mid-game period.
Look at all these buffs, dude. Look at the buffs on this Luna.
There's a few. Good amount of physical damage from the ET done. Clearly, the Earth Splitter was excellent, obviously, but duel against TA, that's going to make things so much easier.
They know they're at the pit. They can't.
I'm really worried about you. I'm really worried.
I hate that Elder Type 6 called Earth Splitter.
Roshan has
Because there's
fallen
the
to the
Earth on the
Nobody
track.
wants Aegis.
The cavalry has arrived.
Oh, God.
All right.
The BM.
Surely they're not shit talking, right?
The BM. I don't know, bro.
Did Sumail think he picked it up?
No.
It's still there, guys.
It's still there. Go get yourself the 3 agents. They're trying to make the game easier for you guys.
3 in the making. Nobody has noticed yet. I don't think Tomato, maybe. We'll see.
They're like, where the heck is it? All right, we got to rotate
Radiant
camera.
It's like one of those auto.
Come on, Tomato. Come on.
It's like one of those auto things where you just think like it's gonna be okay.
Sox is making his way back to the pit now.
Radiant's
I think they
bottom
realize-
tower is under attack.
Stay together. Stay
Dire's
together.
top tower is under attack.
Excuse me?
XD them. Oh, thank God.
Dire's
That was
top
the very
tower
value
has fallen.
XD.
That was the, yeah. That's going to be
Radiant's
all over
bottom
Twitter
tower
now.
is
Oh
under
my
attack.
God, they forgot.
Face off the agent. They go in for the duel, though. That's more victory damage for No Tail. Position 5, Legion Commander, by the way.
Sometimes you win TI twice, and then you just forget to grab the
Radiant's middle
Aegis. You know
tower
it
is under
happens.
attack.
Just so focused on winning and saving time. You just have no time to think. Do they need it? No, but maybe.
Splitter over here on Saberlight. Thompson Echo Slam gets used just on Thompson alone. You can feel the frustration coming out from Undying. Another couple clicks. Thompson is on a mega kill streak.
What do you do if you're against OG like that and they don't take Aegis? Do you think they're messing with you? Like, oh, this
Yes.
is gonna be a trap. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it'd be scary, right?
I don't know. They're showing up in lanes. You can see that they're clearly not there.
Yeah, I mean,
What are
that's
they
all it
going to
took.
do?
They're off the map might have been a bit too scary, but hey, that gave Tomato some nice time. Next time they kill him, they're not getting golden experience, and he's coming back.
They gotta kill him twice.
Nicely.
They're making their way to kill him the first time, right here, right now. Take a nap, Spectre. You've been working hard.
Oh, Ag's coming in
Dire's
90
top
close,
tower
actually.
is under attack.
My only concern is
Dire's
once he gets it,
structures
who's he
are
gonna
fortified.
jump on? They're always together.
That is true. His
They don't
skill-
have the traditional really squishy 5 to even get those sorts of
Yeah,
kills.
yeah, that's true. But his skill build is kind of interesting, though. He went for a lot of
Dire's
Desolate,
top tower
so skip
is under
dispersion.
attack.
Didn't care as much about being
Dire's
survivable.
top
It's
tower
kind of
has
interesting
fallen.
considering the E. But hey, if he's trying to deal damage and use Sags, but this is probably why. He's trying to be more effective when he does these like single target. More damage.
What he does best. Right around Sumail here. They put out the Alacrity. Fissure coming out from Saberlight. Beginning to, oh my god, that stops They just hit 3 of them. The insult going and Braun running for his life. He's gonna get thrown up into the air. They just get a double kill for Sumail. Easy peasy.
I mean, I was looking at Smil when he got fissure blocked, and I'm like, I bet he really wishes that he had an Aegis right now, but just heal him up, no problem. Mega clips up the TA, and that is the Rax at 19 minutes.
Top barracks are under attack.
Stuff has happened between the
Sumail has a butterfly, dude.
That's a good item.
It is. They give up. They just call GG. What can you do at this point? You reset and you come back.
You know what that is, guys? Aegis win rate, 100% win.
Was it already?
And that the team just lost with Aegis.
Yes.
And that does not happen very commonly.